What's up, guys? Today's video, it's gonna suck. I guess last night my dog Leighla started acting like really frantic and like panting real hard, and I just was having problems controlling her bladder, and couldn't even, she would try to pee on the floor, but nothing would come out, or it would just come out like little drops. And so this morning my wife dropped her off to her uncle's, and her uncle took her to the vet. And the vet told him that she had a baseball-sized tumor on her bladder, and the only option was to put her to sleep. So her uncle tried to call my wife. Didn't try to call me, but I get it. And made the decision to put my pretty Leighla girl to sleep. And I've been fucking devastated since. Right after we found out, almost 10 years ago, that Stephanie was pregnant, we went out and bought Leighla. I had always wanted a boxer, and I promised myself if I had ever got clean, I was buying a boxer. Leighla is the boxer we bought. And the plan was to have her and Mason grow up together. So we picked her up, and we stopped at the laundromat. We've had her maybe a half hour, so no chance for there to be like a bond yet. And some guy pulled up beside us. He was like, "Oh my God, that boxer is absolutely beautiful. I'll give you $1,000 for her right now." And I just looked down at her, and she put her head on my lap. And I told the dude no. I only paid like $200 or something like that for her. I could have quadrupled, 5 times my money. And I told him no. And turning down that $1,000 for her was the greatest decision I've ever made. She was absolutely the greatest dog a family could ever ask for. She absolutely loved and adored my kids. Was so gentle with them. And she was always very well behaved. She didn't get in any trouble. She didn't have a mean streak in her. There's no aggression whatsoever. She was just an absolute love kind of dog. And between me and my wife, we've kind of put her through hell. Through various houses and turmoils and sleeping in the car. We always made sure Leighla was okay. And to know at the end that there was nothing I could do to help her. I just genuinely hope she knows how much just how much she meant to me, to my wife, to my kids. And she deserves such a much better ending than what she got. And it kind of bothers me that she died by herself. Stephanie's uncle was there. But we don't get her back. We don't get to bury her in the yard. The vet take care of her, so I don't even really get to look at her and tell her goodbye. I absolutely adored that dog. There were times throughout the last decade or so that, that was the only comfort I really had. And she always knew when something was wrong. She always knew when I was sad or having a bad day. She was always so happy to see me. I would get home from work, and Stephanie would open the door and she would go, "Leighla, Daddy's home." And instantly, from being completely asleep, she's wide awake, sprinting out the door, jumping up and down, just happy as fuck to see me. And I'm gonna miss the fuck out of that dog. We used to always make fun of her because she would lick her lips like dogs do. And her gums, her lips would get stuck in her gums to where she'd be like stuck like that. And I would always just be like, "Leighla, fix your face. You're making us look bad as a family." And she would just cock her head like, "What the fuck is this dude talking about?" She was such a funny dog. She had a patch of white on her chest, and I would always rub her chest. And she would wrap her little paw around my hand. It was her way of holding my hand. And before I completely lose it, in this parking lot of a random fucking building, because I had to stop the car, I'm gonna compose myself here. So, Leighla, girl, thank you for the best 9 fucking years a dog has ever given a family. Thank you for the unconditional love through all the bullshit. I'm glad you're not in pain, pretty girl. Your paw print tattoo's coming soon, I promise. I'm sorry I couldn't have done more for you throughout the years, but just know I loved you beyond belief. I'm gonna miss you, pretty girl.